Blessings, blessings. Welcome back to another episode of the All Over It podcast. Yes, right here. We here for another one. Today is episode 62. God did. Yeah. Today, July 6th, 2026. Blessed day. Blessings to you all. And thank you for joining another episode of the All Over It podcast. Another week, another episode. Yeah, every week we right here consistently. Yeah, just like your favorite TV show. But yeah, another day we here. And today, once again, we're changing gears a little bit. Last week we talked about AI. Week before, we've been talking about financial avenues and the market and those things. But yeah, today, a little different. Today, a little personal, you know. And yeah, I say I want to come and share some of the things that I experience. Not going too much into detail, not exposing too much, but yeah. I say let me come and share because why? It's about the lesson. So I could say for sure, this week has been a week of highs and lows, and all I could say is God bless, a week of celebrations, disappointments, feeling proud and feeling frustration. But at the end of the day, through it all, one thing stand out in everything, for me at least. God did. God did. God is right there. He's with us always. So to kind of dive right into things, let me start with sharing you the positive sides of this past week. You know, one thing very positive I could mention is my nephew's graduation. Yeah, I gotta say a big shout out and big up to Omari Williams one time, you know, graduated high school last week. Gotta really give a lot of applause, a shout out, big up, send blessings to my nephew, Omari Williams. Yeah. He really made us proud. It was a real proud moment for the family. Him completing high school was a big thing, but he really outdid himself. He really shined. He got various different awards. He even received the principal award, which is like he get a top award from the principal out of all the students that graduate with him. That's an honor, and yeah, very proud of him. The joy of seeing the next generation moving forward. Yeah, that was big. That was big. And yeah, like I say, him finally graduating in his words. He check it, yeah, finally. And yeah, a big deal, a big moment, completing high school, now preparing for college, deciding what route he going to take and where he going to go for school and these things, continue his studies. Really, really proud moment. Make me think back on my graduation and when I went away for college, you know, So here and there, I was giving him some little advice and thing, telling him about like what to expect and different things like that. But yeah, like I say, long story short, proud moment. Moments like these remind you that even when life feeling heavy, God still give you something to smile about, give you a reason to smile, you know? And at the graduation, they played this song, God did, a good, quite a bit of times. And after hearing it, I guess it really soaked in. Because this wasn't the first time hearing the song, but like after hearing it a few times by the graduation, I ended up, I went back and I listened to it again. And I don't know, last week it just hit different, but it hit different than the most I could say. Like it really resonated last week. It really like had a deeper connection last week than like I say when I first hear it and think, you know. So to move on, let me say why the song hit so hard. You know, so before I explain why the song God did like resonate so deeply, let me first of all tell you about the song. For those who not familiar, you probably know DJ Khaled, the guy who always said another one. Yeah, right? The DJ who always got all these big artists doing collabs. Yeah, that guy, you know? So DJ Khaled has this song named God Did, which is a collaboration he did with Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, John Legend, and Friday. Yeah, a lot of people I know, but you gotta remember all those names. All you gotta remember is DJ Khaled, God Did. Yeah. And I recommend you go check out the song. If you never hear it before, go check it out. I don't know if you like rap music, but that's a good song. You know, the idea behind the song, the core energy is that is like the core vibe is like a triumphant song, a song of faith and being, you know, you feel like you're being counted out and giving God the credit when you still rise above, you know? And real deep song, a real heavy song, you know, and they know what they do when they put that song together. That's the most I could say. So yeah, like I say, the song God Did from DJ Khaled, featuring few different people, Rick Ross and different people. Go check it out. You know, literally in the intro, in the beginning of the song, had like a little monologue, you know, they're talking and checking like, yeah, they counted us out. They didn't believe in us, you know, and by even from that little intro, just like I don't know, by like you know, like people that say give goosebumps, like yeah, by give me like a feeling like by I feel you, brother, feel you. So like I say, like I went back and I listened to it and I check in like, yo, is it? You know? Like I tell you, go check it out. Go check out the song. You know, I don't lead her wrong. So if I tell her you go check it out, it's because it's a good song. You know, but yeah, the song, popular song, of course, you know, DJ Khaled, millions of views on the song. And it really became known, especially for its faith-centered victory theme. You know, like it's a song about being victorious, like conquering, overcoming adversity, overcoming disbelief, you know, people not believing in you. So yeah, go check it out. That's the most I could tell you on that. But why this song hit different? Why this song really like resonate so much? I could talk about me. I feeling, like I say, like even from the intro, the things he was saying, I check and I feel you. I feel that because like you ever had that feeling like people not believing in you, people doubting you. You ever had that feeling of like setbacks and opposition? Like things just you feeling resistance, like you're trying to advance. You feel like things just trying it best to keep you back, you know? But still, you rise because God makes a way. Like the story of like Daniel in the lion's den. You feel in there you feel defeated. You're checking by, you just wait until the lion checking by, let me eat you by, you know? But then you get out and you see that light, and it's like, yeah, okay. See that light at the end of the tunnel. Or even, yeah, so much examples, but one thing I could say, sometimes people don't see what God is doing in your life, until the results start showing. But yeah, but God always working. So yeah, like I say, that song, God did, really hit different, and it really hit deep and resonate because yeah, sometimes people just count you out, but then you just do it. You just do what you say you're going to do, and it'll be like, yeah, look, I make it only with the grace of God. Yeah, yeah. So that song, like I say, come like a soundtrack, come like the anthem of last week. And I'll say not just a last week, but come like an anthem self. Really, really good song. I'll tell you, go check it out. But yeah, like I say, talked about highs and lows, and I had a week of highs and lows for sure. So, like I say, went to my nephew's graduation. So I actually had to travel to Stacia, and yeah, travel to celebrate the graduation in Stacia, which for those who not familiar, Stacia is another island very close to St. Martin. Yeah, sister island. Yeah, all that good stuff. And yeah, so went travel to Stacia, had a good time in Stacia, had a celebration, also met up with some friends from over there, and yeah, just had a good time. Enjoy myself over there, relax a little bit, enjoy the food, enjoy, the ambience, the vibes, just yeah, a nice happy moment of celebration, family pride, you know. Of course, dealing with all kind of things before that too, preparing to go and all type of things, and then coming back to let we just say a difficult situation, you know, and some might call it emotional whiplash, but all that's part of life, you know. This week was a roller coaster, moments of immense happiness and moments of deep frustration. But yeah, I know I don't have to really go into detail because I know for sure I'm not the only one dealing with battles people don't see, you know? And yeah, this is for you. You check? This is for you. The person that you checking you're dealing with a lot and you're carrying that weight on your own. Yeah, this for you. Check? So one thing I could say to you, I have a few things I'll say to you, but this is the first. When you're doing good, opposition will show up, you know. When you start something and things start going well, something has come to test you, you know. Like Myron Golden, let's say, distraction always follows intention, meaning when you set out on a path, when you start to do something, when things start going well, when you start out good and you're checking, okay, I'm going good, something that's come and try to disrupt you, you know? But you have to stay strong and you have to stay steadfast, you know? The devil is very busy, you know? He don't sleep. Just like God don't sleep, I promise you, God does not sleep. But the devil, man, he'll look for any opportunity he can to come and provoke you, to come and poke you, to come and tempt you, to come and throw you off, to come and just stress you and put you in an angry or sad state of mind. You check? Like when you're doing good, opposition does show up always, you know. Life does throw things at you. Think of it like a test to see if you really deserve what you here trying to go for, you know? Yeah. When you start going to the gym, the pain you'd feel in first couple of days is unbearable. You're checking by what the hell are you doing to myself? But if you keep pushing through, eventually it'll get easier and then you just get swole, big dog, you know, big boss. Yeah. You set out on a journey, you tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to get fit. Things might start going well. You get yourself organized, you decide where you're going to go and how you're going to do it, and you start. But then things get rough. It's up to you to stay the course because, yeah, I'm telling you, life does throw things at you. Life does test you. I could tell you no lie. Check. People itself, they try to knock you off your course. You check whether intentionally or unintentionally, meaning whether they literally come and checking by and knock you out, or they just come to you and telling you negative things, maybe feeling like they just looking out for you, but they didn't realize they're talking negativity on your journey. You know? However it is, when you're doing good, opposition to show up. You know, distractions will come when you focus. When you tell yourself, "By yeah, I can get up every morning or you go to the gym." A party to show up, checking by, I can't miss this one now. But then how am I go to the party and still get up early and on time to go deal with my responsibilities, to be disciplined? Yeah, like that's life. When you start walking in purpose, when you start walking down your path, down your journey, you know, resistance will show up. And that's with everything. Even your car, don't you know that your car has experienced resistance too? Anything that moving forward, resistance is the force, the gravity. Yeah. You know, so opposition doesn't always mean that you're doing wrong. You know, sometimes it means you're moving in the right direction. You know, some people, when they start doing something and things get hard, they give up because they feel like, "Bye, no man, if this is what I'm going through, then this can't be for me." But a lot of times that's exactly for you, exactly the path that you're supposed to be on. But like I say, some people just give up. But like I say, don't give up. Although People might not be seeing the battles that you fight in the shadows. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Check. So yeah, one thing I could tell you is smooth seas never made a good sailor. As a famous quote that I love. Don't ask me who it come from right now. But I couldn't do this episode without dropping this quote because I'm telling you, I really love this quote. Bring it up again. Smooth seas never made a good sailor. Let that soak in. I want you to really understand that. Smooth seas never made a good sailor. Check. Basically, what that line saying is sometimes you just go through rough waters. Sometimes it'll go through storms, uncertainty, feeling like the wave might swallow you up, but eventually it'll see the calm. You check? And the idea behind that line is that if you never go through anything, let me say, if you never go through anything tough, you'll never get better. You'll never get good. You check? So let me pull it up one more time. Smooth seas never made a good sailor. And that means that if you never go through a rough time, if you never go through a difficult time, you're not going to grow. You're not going to get better. You're not going to become good. You check? So things might get tough. Let me say, sticking with this same sailor analogy. Let me say you set out on your journey, you jump on your boat, you're checking, okay, you're going to your destination, you know? But then shortly after you set out, the waters get rough, the waves get high. You check. You in this boat now and you worried now, you checking by. These waves so high and just come in the boat, they can either turn over the boat and break the boat in half. Now you're worried, you're afraid. Yeah, rough waters. And maybe you go out and you end up going straight into a storm. So now you're seeing it coming out. You're seeing the thunder and the lightning and the rain and the water, the wind. You have to go that way. So now you gone through. You're checking like you gotta pass through this storm. And when you're in this storm, it's rough, it's wind, it's stormy. It's a storm. What else is it going to be? So you're feeling uncertainty. You're feeling like, why all is lost. We about to leave everything right here. But then you start to see that little light. And then you notice like, man, but the water's easing down now, like the rain easing up. And as you continue, you just start to see the light. Like they say, the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, yeah. Check. Same concept. It's the same concept. You check. Yeah, we here in Simati, we don't have no tunnels, but it's like the same concept. You go in the tunnel, okay, yeah, the tunnels have lights now. But back in the days, they didn't have no lights. You going in there and you just, yeah, hoping for the other side. And yeah, when you're reaching close, you start to see the light. And as you get closer, you get bigger. And then you reach to the end of the tunnel and you reach to that light, you reach outside and you're checking, yeah, we made it. We made it. doing things. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, smooth seas never made a good sailor. If you never go through anything, you're never going to be better. If you never go through anything, you're never going to grow. If you never go through anything, you're never going to develop strength. Yeah. So don't always hope for things to be easy. Don't always hope for, yeah, smooth ride. You say that. Because sometimes a little turbulence is for sure bring you back to reality, but also help you grow and realize that, okay, I have to stay aware and alert if I want to make it through in life. You check? Yeah, yeah. Hard times don't only test you, it does train you. It's allow you to grow and become better. After you go through those experiences, you could look back and then and say, "Bah, yeah, but I did that. Look, I went through that. I thought it was over. And look at here still. God bless." You know? Yeah, God bless. That's all we can say. No. All we can do is give God thanks and praise. We got just the mere fact that we up, that we wake up this morning, that we able to be here, that we breathing, that we get something to eat. All these things is things to give God praise for. God did that. Get check. He seen us through every day. Even if we don't believe in him, even if we don't believe he there, he right there. You know? All of us have our journey. All of us have our own cross to bear, you know, good, the bad, the ugly, you know. Things mightn't always be sugar and honey, you know. Sometimes, as the old people that say, sometimes you gotta suck salt, you know. But as I just see it too, like they say, you have to experience the bad to appreciate the good, or let me say, to even enjoy the good, Like, let's be honest. Let me say you like mangoes, you know? You like eating mangoes because you like the sweet taste and flavor of it. Sure. But now you never eat nothing sour, you never eat nothing bitter. You basically all you eat in your life is sugar and mango. We say like that. You don't know what a bad taste tastes like, So like if a day come that you actually taste or consume something bad or that tastes like sour, man, that can just like twist your stomach, like that can just mm, twist up your mouth and everything. Like, like if you never experience bad, you don't know what's good. Like a good example, relationships. Everybody does like I'll say complain or talk all kind of stories and negative things about their previous relationships and the experiences they went through and trust issues because of experiences, whatever it be, whether mental or verbal abuse, whether cheating, whatever the situation is. Check. All of us, all of us, probably sometime in life went through some negative relationship, some type of relationship that was just going or ended very badly, you know? But What we don't realize is when we go through those negative relationships, it shows us what we like and what we don't like. You check? So yeah, a lot of times we shy away from a little hard time or a little, I don't want to say a little struggle, but yeah, sometimes we shy away from the negative or experiencing a little bad or sour time. But yeah, like like they say, you don't know what's good if you don't experience the bad. Simple as that. Like you don't know what's bad if you don't experience the good. Same way. Like if you just live life neutral, if you will never have no experiences, everything can be exciting, everything can be immense, you know. But yeah, point being, smooth seas never made a good sailor. So like I say, maybe you had numerous bad boyfriends or girlfriends or breakups, and now you're checking by. I can never love again. But you never know. That person, your person, when come and now, because of those experiences you had in the past, now you know exactly what you need that person to do. And once they check in those boxes, they're checking like, okay, yeah, this is it. You know, like yeah. Or like I say, maybe you eat something and you taste something bad and you're checking, ah, that's not good. I don't like that at all. Let me stick to this what I know and like. If you don't experience the bad, you don't gonna know that you don't like it. It's simply that. So yeah, hard times only to test us. You know, they just a little training. It's just for us to grow. Learn and grow. That's how we doing it life. Learning and growing. We just responding to stimuli and outside stimuli and developing ourselves based on that. The check, yeah, whether it be physical development, mental development, emotional, spiritual development, each and every day is development. Check, yeah. So, like I say, smooth seas never made a good sailor. So, even when you're up against adversity, even when you're up against uncertainty, just hold firm, trust, believe in yourself. Check, have that conquering lion spirit. You check, stand firm, stay steadfast, believe in yourself for sure. That's ultimate. You have to believe in yourself, you know, trust in God, and don't let people's actions or words derail you from your mission. You know what you're doing, you know what you got to do, you know what God put on your heart, what inspiration you get in your mind, in your spirit, in your heart. Only nobody throw you off your journey. Only nobody throw you off your path. Check. Yeah, conquering lion spirit now. You just gotta stand firm, hold firm. Things just get hard, things just get difficult and tough. Yeah. But you just gotta stand firm and believe in yourself and believe that you're going to overcome. That's the conquering lion spirit. Literally, the conquering lion spirit is believing in yourself and believing that you're going to overcome the adversity that has presented itself in front of you. You check? Conquering lion spirit, overcoming adversity, roaring like a lion in the jungle. Yeah, what lion to do? On a big. elephant or when a opponent bigger than itself come to it, you back down? Nope, 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 nope. You tell me. You ever see a lion back down? Maybe strategically figuring out, okay, maybe I can't come at you now in this exact direct instance, but I can figure out a way. Yeah, I see it. I watch a lot of Discovery Channel too. Yeah, you know, hey man, they could put me out there in the jungle. Yeah, straight up. I run with the lions, the tigers. Yeah, straight. I actually took a picture. Like I just sit up, bring me back down memory lane by nostalgia one time. Bop. And that just made me think back when I was small, when they used to bring the when they used to bring the carnival here, the man, got another term for it now, other than carnival. But you know what? They bring the Coney Island here. Let me just use the actual name. And yeah, they used to have different activities, different things. And they had a white tiger. And you gotta take a picture with a white tiger. And a picture with a white tiger said, my that was so long ago. How old I was back then, don't ask me. I can't that picture probably longer. Yeah, maybe get wet or get thrown away or something. But anyways, conquering lion spirit. I digress a little bit, but conquering lion spirit, you gotta believe in yourself and trust in God. Trust that He gonna see you through. Like I say, just like Daniel in the lion's den, just like Jonah in the stomach of the whale. Sometimes things might look bleak and dark. They might feel defeated and feel like, why? I ain't think I'll make this one. But you gotta just trust in God, believe in yourself. Tell yourself like, bye, look, I know it's hard, I know I feel like, bye, I ain't gonna win this one, but I can push, I can keep pushing, and I can make it. And with God, I know I can make it. But God don't leave us, no. God don't forsake us. You check, ever, 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 ever. God in the midst of all things. Check, so like I tell you, even when we feel defeated, I ain't gonna make it. God damn. That's why the name of this episode is God did. Hey, look, just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they throw them in the fire, they checking the man dead. The man self checking the dead. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when the king decided he gonna throw them into the fire, the man checking by, okay, we gonna just say we prayers now, give God the grace, checking by God, we gonna see you just now. Do what you think, whatever it is. But we ain't renouncing God for sure. So you do what you gotta do. Yeah, the man get thrown in the fire and stand up in the fire like it's nothing. Other man them burn up. The man them that threw them in the fire burn. The man just stand up in there like, okay, cool, cool, calm and collected. You check, literally in the midst of the fire. The fire is literally burning around them. So literally think on the situation you face in. Think on the situations you have faced. You never feel like that. You never feel like you literally standing in the fire, like everything just on fire around you, and you maybe feel like you're trying to put out the fire, but you just got a little cup of water. You're trying to, and it's like, why? You can burn in here. But then God just come and send a rain or just open a hole somewhere and just everything up. You stand up there now checking, okay, good. We good. Tell the truth. Really think about what he's saying here. Think about the words coming out of my mouth. I know you probably feel that way already. Real talk. I want you to tell me. I really want you to tell me. So I'm listening. All ears. Check. Yeah. Because all of us go through a lot. All of us go through a little adversity. Life ain't all cookies and cream with cherries on top. They don't always be sweet. Like, I don't know. People might watch other people and feel like, yeah, man, that person got life all figured out. By that person living life good, life sweet for them. But you don't know what they're dealing with, what battles they're facing. Like, we all got our cross to bear. We all got our battles we dealing with and we facing. You check. You gotta just like respect each other and learn how to live together. But you know, sometimes some people ain't on that mentality, and you could try your best to try and push for that, to push to live together and try respect and understand each other, and mutual understanding and everybody living in unison together in love and harmony. But sometimes some people don't have that mindset, and that's okay too. You know, you could just love them from afar. You check. You get your space, they get their space, and ain't nothing. You just, yeah, all of that part of it. But just know, like I say, we need that conquering lion spirit. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to trust in God and stay steadfast and stay firm in that belief that we gonna make it through. Yeah, yeah. You could be hurt and still stand. You could be disappointed and still move. You could be tested and still win. Yeah. Look, the story of the rabbit and the turtle. You know, everybody checking the rabbit was defeated. Nobody believing. I mean, the turtle. Apologies. Everybody feel like the turtle was going to be defeated. Nobody believe a turtle and beat a rabbit or here. Where? When? And look, because he believe in himself, he stay steadfast. He stay the course. When other people, when the rabbit all over the place doing all kind of thing, checking by down the road, stay in the course, doing what I gotta do. You win. Check. So yeah, one thing I could say too, and I have to at this point in at this point we are now. Like I at a point in my life used to go through life feeling like bye every time something good happen and like you celebrate it and you you're feeling that joy and that happiness like something that's always coming like throw a spark in your spoke, like something that always come and throw you off, throw you back, try to knock you off your path. Like literally I had a point in my life that I used to feel like, boy, you know what? When something good happen, I can't get too happy because then something bad will follow. You know, like 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 a if then statement, like a trigger is like if you get too happy, it triggers a bad occurrence. You know, type situation. You know, but that was just young ignorance. You know, like life doesn't work like that. Yes, I'll be straight and be honest to you. Like a lot of times, like I say, when you start up an intention, distraction will follow. You know, so a lot of times when something good happening, when you on your path, when you checking like, yeah, things going good, things starting well, going well, you know, something that's come to test you, you know. So that is true for sure. But like I say, I used to look at it as a negative thing, like, bye. As soon as I do something good, something bad will follow. I don't like that, you know, and checking by, I gotta avoid that bad. So let me like somehow not trigger that bad occurrence. Let me say like that. And like I say, at a point, my mindset was okay. Maybe if I don't like celebrate or if I don't get too happy, don't get overjoyed about it, that then you know the bad thing will come. But it's inevitable. Like I say, smooth seas never made a good sailor. So when you set out on your path, you can't feel like you can always be fine and dandy every time you go. You can't feel like bye, everything will be sweet. Any journey you set out on, whether it be, like I say, you're in a boat, literally, and you're checking, okay, you are captain and you're leaving from one island to another island. Maybe today you might go and everything's smooth, man, smooth sailing. You reach over there in minutes and you're checking, okay, good. That was nice. But then tomorrow now, same journey, same route, but now the water rough. Maybe it had a storm pass or rain coming, something, and now you go in over there and you swear you're on a bumpy road. But what you gonna do? You gonna turn back and go back to your starting point and say, bye, leave this boat alone. I ain't going nowhere again. And then you might be like right there. You could let me say like if you had to travel 100 miles, maybe you travel like 70, and then it get a little rocky and a little rough. So like all you gotta do is the last 30, and you could make it now. But because you don't believe in yourself, because the journey get a little rough, you turn back and give up on yourself, and you go back to your starting point, and you're checking like, bye, nah, I ain't doing this. I can't do this again. A lot of people, I guess, they just go through that in life. Yes, that you know they give up on the things that they set out on, and they give up on their journey and their purpose and their good thing. Let me say like that. Check because they experience a little bad along the way and they feel like, bye, nah, this ain't for me or this ain't gonna be good. But like I say, just like the example I give you just now, the road ain't always gonna be smooth and sweet now. Just like when you're going walk, maybe sometimes you might get up maybe a little early, and when you go and walk, the road clear, nobody on the road. But then the next day you get up and traffic, congestion, you can't move. And even then you might tell yourself, "But I want to just turn back and go back home." But wow, you gotta stay the course because once you stay the course, you're gonna reap the rewards on the other side. You know, just like a business, you start up a business, you can't expect a business can be smooth sailing every day, all the time. Check, especially in a business, things is come about, things that pop up and try to throw you off, and like, whether it be by you need you're supposed to get a shipment from your supplier and it come late, or it don't come when it's supposed to, or whether it be by employees ain't coming to work, or whatever the case may be, it's the same thing. Wow. After a couple little things, you tell yourself by now, I ain't doing this business no more. It closing, shutting this down. That's the mindset. Ah, So, like I say, you gotta remember, smooth seas never made a good sailor, but we also have to have that conquering lion spirit to stay steadfast, to stay believing in ourselves. You check? So, yeah, like I say, conquering lion spirit is just standing firm, staying steadfast, believing in yourself and trusting and believing in God that He going to see you through, that you're going to reach to your destination, that you're going to reap the rewards of what you set out to do, and not letting people's actions or words derail you from your mission, you know. Yes, like I say, you can be hurt. Yes, you can be disappointed. Yes, you will be tested, but you have to still stand. You have to still move, and just know you're going to still win. Check. So, like I say, God in the midst of all things. God is in control. God sees what people don't see. God sees all. God knows all. God knows the truth. God strengthens you through the process. God gives you the strength. You check, just like the story of Samson. They tell you that Samson's strength was in his hair. Check. And okay, he went through some adversity. His hair get cut off, so he was weak. It chain him up, tie him up, had him like a laughing stock. But what? His hair grow back. God make his hair grow back fast. His strength come back, and what he do? All them people out there, he get rid of all them. Quick and clean, smooth. God in the midst of all things. God is in the midst of all things. God is in control always, no matter the situation. Like I say, things might look bleak, things might look dark, things might look uncontrollable and defeated and no good, no bueno. Check. God is with you. What have to happen will happen. What's for you will be for you. Check. What God has in store, nobody can turn, twist, shake, shiver, nothing. You check what God ordained, what God prophesied, and God set in stone. Enemy might try your best. You'll never, ever, ever get to it to stop your blessing. You just have to believe in yourself and stay steadfast. Believe that God is with you always. You check. God sees what people don't see. So even when you feel like everything done, you lose. When you feel like, yeah, you lose out and you don't gonna win again. You don't know what God's seeing on the other end that coming, comments help you win that battle. Check. That's why you gotta trust in God. It's like you're on the battlefield and you run out of ammunition and you're fighting your battle now. But just now, once you run out of ammunition, you're done for because other side and just start rattling, And yeah, you checking now, you holding out. You might give up and surrender, and then the other side can just win. But you don't know, like God know that they don't got a cargo truck coming loaded with ammunition for you. You check because you don't got no way to call and send no notice like, yeah, I need more ammo. But the king don't realize like, okay, look, I don't know how the war going. I know I send these man them out to it. Let me send these man a care package there, but you check. So you feeling like all is defeated, but the king don't know. The king seen the whole field, the whole board, helicopter view, satellite view, matter of fact, everything. Got you. Got you covered. Yeah. God in the midst of all things. Like they say, God is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. Yeah. Omnipresent meaning he there in all things. Omniscient meaning he knows all things. Omnipotent mean all powerful. So guess what? If he's all powerful, almighty. Nothing ain't beating that. Things might try because what? They always have somebody that want to go for the crown. You check? So yeah, but God is always there. God is always with you. So even when you feel like the battle is lost, just in the nick of time. Look, God never early, never late now. Always right back. Right on time. Just milliseconds. Not even seconds. Milliseconds right on time, man. But God, God did. Hey, God sing that song, man. I'm telling you that song really hit because checking that is it. Where would we be without God? Let me show you that. All things now. God is in the midst of all. Omnipresent. Yeah, he knows all. Omniscient. Yeah, telling you. Omnipotent. Check. So one thing, when people don't understand, God does. When people don't believe, God does. And when people try to block, God still makes a way. Yeah, yeah. Straight up. Real talk. So yeah, like I say, to people out there who this message resonates with, feels like, yeah, Oliver, he was talking directly to me. By Oliver, he was talking about me. To you, listening to the sound of my voice. To you, they are checking like, bye, look. That is it, self. To you out there, feeling for yourself like, bye, look. I agree with everything you said, sir. God did. Check. God did. And my message to you is don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your mission and your journey. Don't give up. You check. Wherever you set out to, wherever you decide you want to do intentionally, wherever you say, bye, look, this is what I'm going to do for myself. This is what I'm going to do for my life. I'm going to better my situation like this. Whatever that be, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on it. Don't let one bad moment erase everything you work so hard for. You check? Don't let people's actions define your spirit. Because that another thing, that whole story right itself. Check out all of that. Like people is literally like do things just to like change you, just to like get you out of character. Like literally, I don't know if you know you who I talking to you that they are listening. I don't know if you know, but some people intentionally just come and try manipulate you and manipulate your feelings and manipulate your emotions. Like literally, like when people see like, okay, this person like dogs, so if I do something about a dog, they're gonna get really emotional about it. Or just for example, like a person would read you, meaning like they'll see that, okay, if I do this, it's gonna get under that person's skin. If I do this or say this, that person going to get emotional and you're going to change them, make them get out of character. Check. Don't let people's actions define your spirit. You check how people will come and try to manipulate you. People will come and check like, okay, he feel like he nice and happy and fine and dandy and everything is all smiles. But yeah, people will come and tell you things or do things to you just to take that smile off your face. Like literally, people are manipulative and just hate us like that. Instead of focusing on their own business and their own thing they're dealing with, they focusing on you and what they could do to bring you down. Instead of trying to bring their own self up, like doing whatever it is for themselves. Check people like that. So you gotta protect yourself, protect your spirit. Don't give up on yourself. Don't let one bad moment erase the good that you put in. Don't let people's actions define you or define your spirit. Don't let adversity make you bitter. You check? Just stay grounded, stay steadfast, hold firm, and trust in God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And trust me, you're going to have that conquering lion spirit to overcome all adversity, all of it now. Anything that try come at you, you're gonna feel like, man, okay, you know, you're gonna feel like, man, I gonna beat this. I gonna overcome this. This can't stop me. This can't throw me off my journey or off my mission. Check. Yeah, maybe it might come and be like, you see, now I gotta deal with this again. Now I gotta deal with this now, like, yeah, you can probably have that sentiment like, another something again. But trust, once you stay grounded, stay steadfast, hold firm, believe in yourself, and trust in God, whenever any adversity come your way, ain't even gonna bother you that much. Because just tell yourself, okay, well, I can deal with this. I can get that deal. That's not anything, whatever it is. It may be the biggest thing. Trust me, you might be facing the most difficultest situation. I'm not diminishing nothing you're going through now. I promise you that. So don't feel like, yeah, I love all you just saying anything we could go through. Nah, I'm not diminishing nothing you're going through by just giving you the reality, the truth, the spiritual reality that God is there with you. And once you believe in yourself and trust in Him and trust that He going to see you through, you're going to make it through. It's not like magic. It's not. You check? It's just faith. And with that faith is what has push you through to the finish line. You think them people running marathons and running 100-meter runs and all them things, you think they doesn't want to give up? But they just don't believe in themselves. They just stay steadfast and stay firm and checking by look, 10 toes down, 1 foot at a time. Yeah. And they just keep going and keep pushing, even through exhaustion and feeling defeated, feeling like your chest going bust open. They keep going till they reach that finish line so that they could say, yeah, do that. God did. Yeah, man. Bye. Look, people may not know what you carry. God knows. God knows what He placed inside you. Check. So, yeah. On that point, again, start wrapping up. And I could tell you, this week reminded me that life can give you joy and pain in the same breath. Like, literally. So you like, joy, pain. Check. But through it all, I still standing. I still grateful. And I still moving forward. Check. And just like me, you too, you still here. You still pushing. You still got another chance. You still doing what you can, doing it how you can. You check? And yeah, that's a blessing just to have life, just to be here, breathing, talking to you, you listening to me. That's a blessing. You check? All these things we have: internet, computer, phone, light, fan, water, food to eat, water to drink. All these things is a blessing. Check? Yeah, yeah. You gotta appreciate it. God's blessings. God bless us. God blessing us. So even when things tough, remember God there with you, seeing you through. Yeah, God did. God did. God is doing. He ain't just did. He doing. Maybe that should be the next song. You know, they have God did. Well, maybe they should have God doing. He ain't just did no more. He ain't doing a part. He doing still. Yeah, continuously doing. Yeah, God did. God doing. God will continue to do. He ain't gonna stop. You know, so yeah, the most I could tell you is stay steadfast, stay believing, keep pushing, execute with excellence, continue to execute. Like I tell you a couple weeks ago, we in our season of execution, we, not just me, you too. Yeah, you too. So let me execute, let me do what we gotta do. Don't need nothing throw us off and deter us and make us feel like, why nah, man, we can't do this. Nah, we could do anything we set our mind. Bible tell you we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Yeah, but we got our strength. We got the strength. All we gotta do now is do. Check. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, anyways, like I say, this week was a good week. Was a good week. Although it was a roller coaster, it was a good week. I'm grateful. Grateful to God for sure for all that transpire, all that I experience, you know. As I just say, the experiences we go through is what make us who we are, you know. The experiences we experience are who make us who we are. Check. Literally, all the experiences that we experience in life mold us and shape us into the person that's here talking to you right now. The person in the mirror. Yeah. So remember that. Check. We are just a compilation of all the things we've been through, the traumas, the good experiences, the bad experiences, the everything. All the things that we see, hear, do, taste, feel from since we born up till now, we just like a build up of that. Literally, like our body is just like our experiences. And that's why we just think how we just think. That's why we just do the things we just do. That's why we just react how we just react. And yeah, that's why we just love how we just love and hate how we just hate. And yeah, we just, as they just say, a product of the environment. We just a product of our experiences. So if you've been in a negative environment growing up, abusive and all those things, then that's what going to mold you and shape you. Your mentality going to be shaped around that type of environment. If you've been in an environment of maybe like a drug environment, that environment going to shape you. You're going to think and move and react and do things based on the experiences that you experience. So you can't expect people to understand things they don't know. So you ain't going to do things that you don't know. So understand in a way like that, like all the things you just do is things that you know. Yeah, we just try new things, but understand where you're coming from. Understand what I'm trying to tell you. We are all just products of our environment. You check. So if you never went to a country club, if you never eat caviar and all those big luxurious things, never been in a private jet and those things, you never experienced that. So you don't know that experience. So you can't, your life is not based on that, and you ain't going to talk or do things based on that. But if you did go through those experiences, then your life going to be based on that. You check. If you grew up in a basketball environment, playing basketball every day and watching basketball every day and playing basketball games and just basketball, your life going to be gravitating around basketball. You're going to resonate around basketball. Simple as that. Like, it's simple. One plus one is two now. It's like you can't expect people to act or do things outside of their realm. So that's why, straight up and simple as that, like we are products of our environment. We do things and say things and act and react based on all the experiences we experience. Check. So yeah, that being said, like I say, sometimes things might be a little rough, a little tough. You might have a little turbulence on the journey, you know. Like I say, sometimes the seas ain't always gonna be smooth. Sometimes the waves might get big and you might have to pass through a little storm, a little rain, and a little thunder. Thunder and the lightning. Jack. But believe in yourself, Captain. Believe that you could store that boat. where it's supposed to go and lead it to the destination. Whereas you could eat and, live abundantly. Yeah, check. So, yeah, like I said, sometimes I used to really think to myself, like, I know, man, it's like life can be good, like, in the sense of like impossible, like, every time something good happens, something bad have to follow it, like, it's crazy, like, impossible, like, it's like you ain't supposed to be happy, man. You ain't supposed to do good things and feel good about the things you do. But like I say, that was a wrong mentality I had, you know? Like it's more it's not that, yeah, because you do something good, something bad come to throw you off or like, you know, to keep you down or like I said, like I had a feeling like by as soon as you do something good, as soon as you feel happy, something bad will follow. So make you feel like, bye, maybe I shouldn't even be happy, you know? But the thing is that that's not how it working and that's not how life works. And like I say, it's really more like when you really set out on an intentional journey, you just have to experience a little rough. You just have to experience a little salt so that when you taste that sugar, it's like, oh my God, this tastes so good. You check? Because all the time you've been tasting salt on your tongue and it's just like so nasty and ah, nah, mm. So now finally you get a spoon of sugar and it's like, whoo, like a rush, man. It's like, yes, you know? So yeah, like I say, life is not that, yeah, you can't have happiness because sadness to follow or, something bad may come as soon as you enjoy some type of happy moment. Nah. Like I say, distraction to follow intention. That's the reality of life. Check. When you start out on a journey, when you start out on a mission to do something good, to do something purposeful in your life, something that's always come and try to throw you off your track, throw you off your path. So now it's for you to stay on your path and pass through that little turbulence. Because after you get through the little turbulence, everything will be smooth again, right? Think back on the last time you fly and you had a little turbulence, the plane starts shaking and you're like, oh my God, what's going on there? Start panicking. But then you had a good pilot. The pilot falter. He gave up on himself. He ain't checking, oh my God, a little shake up in the plane. Oh, everybody run. No, checking by, okay, all this is part of it. Stay the course. And within minutes, things move back out like nothing ever happened. And you reach your destination. And now you're checking, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm here in Italy, or I'm so glad I'm here in France, or wherever it is you aspire to go in life, wherever you got on your bucket list to go, name it. Insert placeholder. Check. Yeah. So it's the same concept. Same concept. Literally, same concept. So, like I say, it's not that, yeah, but as soon as something good happens, something bad to follow, and by I don't want to experience it bad, so me gonna be happy, me gonna do nothing good because take that. It's not like that. Like I say, distraction follows intention. As soon as you set out on your journey, something to try to throw you off. You check. Why you think the horses them on the track have the blinders, keep the eyes straight forward, because trust and believe, God is my witness. If they didn't have those, them horses wouldn't even run. they wouldn't reach the finish line. They're gonna run out and then get distracted from the people on in the side, or they might see like something running, like they might see grass or something. They just stop, they checking by. What? Okay, they ain't running. So like I say, same concept. You just gotta stay the course. You just gotta keep running, keep going until you reach that finish line. If you might, even if your competition might be trying to push up on you and trying to throw you off course, and even if you see like your competition might be passing you at a point in time, you just gotta keep going, because he might fumble and fall and then you might win. Check. Like I say, just like my plane analogy, all of us here been on a plane and for sure could attest to experiencing turbulence. And like I say, turbulence is the same thing. You set out on your journey, you're checking, okay, I leave in St. Martin, I go in Miami. I want to go see Miami. Oh, granted, I've been Miami, just example. I want to go see Miami. It look beautiful, it look nice. I want to enjoy the food and the vibes and all that good. So you catch a plane and you go in Miami. Like I say, you start out on the journey and maybe some way through, you start to feel a little shake up. What you do? Jump out the plane? You tell the pilot turn back around, bring you back St. Martin, bring you back home? No, because literally, once you hold firm, after a few minutes, that little turbulence gonna pass. That too shall pass. You check? And then you get back to enjoying your flight, looking through the window, admiring the view of the clouds and the water and the islands or the boats and all these things. And then when you land in Miami, or like I say, whatever destination you want to add placeholder, good. And you reach and you're checking, wow, this looks so beautiful. And you go and you eat the food, and you're checking, wow, this tastes so great. And then maybe you go on an activity and you see some things you never see before, and you do things you never do before, and you just experience. And you're checking by, so glad I do that. I'm so glad I went on that trip to Miami or Buenos Aires or Costa Rica, or like I say, insert placeholder. Wherever you want to, just call it different names. Whichever one resonates deeply with you. Check. And yeah, like I say, in the beginning, when you face a little turbulence, you might tell yourself, bye now, bye. Bring me back home. I can't do this. Nah, this ain't for me. Nah. But then when you reach and you experience what you went there for, it's like, yeah, boy, I'm so glad I came. I'm so glad I didn't quit. I'm so glad I didn't give up and turn back. Because then I wouldn't get to experience this. You check? Literally, think on anything you want to do, any journey you set out on, just like that. Think on the most beautiful place you went in life. Maybe you take a trip to somewhere that had some nice natural wonder, like some natural springs or rivers, or just some like lake or something that was breathtaking to you. And you tell yourself, like, "Boy, I'm so glad I came." Think on that the next time you feel like giving up on anything you set out on any mission you decide you're going to do, on any journey, on any purpose you set out on. Think on that feeling. The fact that if you don't push through, if you give up, you will never experience that feeling. Check. And that's what life is all about now. That accomplishment, that feeling of, yeah, boy, I accomplished what I set out to do. I say I'm gonna do this and I do it. That that immense, like, euphoric happiness that comes when you say you're going to do something and you execute. That's what life is all about. Tell you, some might say differently, but I can tell you like that straight up. Check. So that being said, like I say, I done closing up, I done wrapping up. So I about to jump off in a few minutes. So just know, give you the one, give you the heads up. But yeah, man, all in all, this week, last week, then and say was a good week. Like I say, ups and downs, highs and lows, but all of that is part of it. In life, I realize already that I just take the good and the bad in stride. Like the Bible say, whether I'm abound or abase, I will be happy in whatever state that I'm in. So yeah, whether things good, whether things bad, I can just stay happy in God. Just believe that God there, God did, God doing, and He going to continue to do always. Check. That's the one little, that's the one thing that is give you reassurance or give you uh, comfort. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Literally, that is the right word. That's the only thing that I give that comfort to know and believe. Like, okay, yeah, I can keep going because He there. If He wasn't there, I would not be on this journey. Check. So, like I said, this week reminded me that life could give you joy and pain same time. It could kiss you and slap you. It could reward you and then box you in the butt. Check. Same time, same breath. But through it all, I still standing. I still grateful and I will keep moving. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, conquering lion spirit I have now. I always keeping that. And I always keep that mentality that nothing can beat me. Nothing ain't going to beat me. No adversity can come in my way and come above me. Not me. Nah. Check. Just like David beat Goliath, no matter how big it is, I can throw it down. Yeah. How much trees bigger than me I throw down already in my life? Who's you? Laugh. Laugh in the face of adversity. Like literally. That's something I just say sometimes too. But like, yeah, we laugh in the face of adversity. When adversity comes, it's like, you can't do me nothing because I know I'm bigger than you. And I know I'm stronger than you. Like a cousin of mine used to say, who pass. All right, rest in peace, Mogi. God bless you. Mogi used to say, Mogi bigger than that. You check? And that's the mentality all of us need to keep with everything. Anything that come your way, I'm bigger than that. You can't stop me. I'm bigger than you. I'm bigger than that. Yeah. That's the mentality we gotta be keeping straight through life. Anything, you understand? Anything, whether it's a test, whether it's somebody trying to test you, whether it's a job, whether it's your business, whatever it is, once anything that try to come and throw you off, throw you back and throw a wrench in your spokes, yeah, I'm bigger than that. Yeah, God did. God deliver me from that. Yeah, straight. So, yeah, that being said, once again, I gotta say a big shout out and a big congratulations to my nephew Omari. Omari Williams, you really make us proud. I tell you that to your face, but I have to tell it to you here live, publicly, so people could hear it. People can hear it for years to come because yes, you too. So yeah, but yeah, you really make us proud, and you really do good. I tell her you get all kind of awards. You get award for Dutch for information technology, which I know he's a tech man. He always been a computer guy. I see that in him. See those skills and traits in him from young. I know he love the game and thing, but those traits I see in him. He like the game, but he know the technology. He the type just like me. Like people come with a technical issue, they'll ask him and he'll help them solve it. Or I see him build his own like gaming computer already. Like, so I see that he techie. He have that in him. You check? So it was no surprise to me that he get award for like information technology and computer, those stuff segment. The teachers then was even saying like they had like the IoT crew, which was like maybe like a couple of the boys, them like maybe three or four of them that would be always in the IT room and they'll bring like little things for the teacher and all them things. So like I say, I know when it comes to IT and computer and technology and them thing, I know that's he forte. Check, literally checking me want to study that, which I so happy because yeah, I know me, I got a computer science degree. Computers were, I study that too. So it's nice to hear, he going on a similar route or journey, you know. But like I say, it's not out of the way, it's not nothing crazy because we all know this. It ain't to say like a sportsman come tell you, yeah, they want to go in computer. Or it ain't to say like a marine biologist come tell you, yeah, they want to do construction. You check? So yeah, really expected of him where the tech aspect come in, you know. Really proud of him for getting that president's award because like I tell you, as I see it as like he get valedictorian now, he would glad, and that's a good look. That's a big move. Like literally, okay, all the students that graduate, they choose he to give he that award. Like they had other students that was singers, that was like artists that do all kind of thing. They give the different students credit and they mention and give them recognition for different things they do. And they mention all kind of different things, and them teachers, that principal, they come together and they say, you know what, we're gonna give Omari Williams this award. That's a good look. I'm really proud of him. I ain't gonna flex. Really tough. You know? And happy for him. And I know he's gonna do great things. Their theme for their graduation was the final act. Yes. The final act. Like in a movie, the last act. But the idea is, yeah, this ain't the last act. This is just, the closing of one chapter, a new chapter going open, type mentality. Because, yeah, they're going into college, they're going to start working, they're going to start life, Like, going to start life, Yeah. But, yeah, proud of him. And, yeah, like they say, this was the last act of this play. But now, moving on to the next chapter, the next play, the next act, the next, well, maybe I shouldn't say act, but you know what I mean. Moving on to the next part. Yeah. So now I do another audition, see if you get a part, if you get in the role, school, and then play that part. And now it's another chapters. Yeah. Yeah. That's like, so yeah, like I say, proud of him. Do great work, you know. We had a good time over there in Station. And yeah, back to reality. I got all kind of things going on now. I actually got a program I gotta do. I was asked to be an instructor for a course. So that's starting actually tomorrow. And then yeah, different tasks gotta get done now. Yeah. we gotta handle the business. So yeah, all in all, we're doing what we can, we're doing what we gotta do. The grace of God, God seeing us through and helping us. We're doing what we can, God doing the rest. And trust me. Matter of fact, I gotta turn it around. We're doing what we can and God doing everything else. Because he ain't the rest. He ain't to say like, yeah, he doing a minimum. Nah. It's like we doing maybe 2% and he carrying the weight itself. So straight. But we gotta do our part. Like I always say, yeah, we could pray and put it up to God, but we gotta do our part still too. We gotta put our best foot forward and get up and stay steadfast and keep moving and keep pushing to check. Can't just pray to God and put it up to God and then lay down there and checking, yeah, my God can take care of everything, like everything up all in your lap. Nah, I always say, like, don't walk so. You have to do your part. You have to keep moving. You have to do what you can and trust and believe. God will. God will. God did. God will. God doing. And He will continue to do. So, yeah, I don't know, people. I stay blessed. You don't know. This has been another episode of the All Over It podcast, episode 62. God did. I tell her, you go check out the song. I tell her in the beginning, this episode wasn't just about the song, but the song kind of inspired it. The song DJ Khaled, God Did, featuring Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay Z, John Legend, Friday. So yeah, literally, you just type in DJ Khaled, God Did, you'll find the song. Check it out. Good song. It must give you some motivation, some type of upliftment and encouragement and triumphant feeling. Like, yeah, you're going to see victory. Check. So, people, let's go out with a conquering lion spirit this week, with a victorious, triumphant feeling and spirit in our hearts. And I wish you a blessed week ahead, productive week ahead. Like I say, episode 62 today. And as you know for sure, catch me here next week again for another episode. Every Monday, 7 p.m. AST, Atlantic Standard Time. Be right here. Check. Be right here with itself. So you stay blessed. I wish you a blessed week ahead. I wish you conquering lion spirit over all adversity. Just know God in control. God did. God is. And will continue to be. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, my people, you stay blessed. Say Rita, blessed night. And yeah, have a blessed week, my people. See you here again next week. It was, I don't know.